All right, we are live here Tuesday, April 7th here. Right here in this season. Straight like that. Right here on one season of the sun. It's 62 in Monterey, 65 in Santa Cruz, 68 in Hollister, 66 in Salinas, 61 in San Francisco. It's cold there last night. 66 in San Jose, 70 in Gilroy, 65 in Gorman, which is on the way to Anaheim, where it is 74 degrees. Did a lot of games this week. Barracuda won pretty convincingly on Friday, lost one after hanging with everybody most of the way. Hanging with Colorado most of the way, and then coming at 2 goals late. John McGrath said at the end of the game that the game on Saturday started out way too emotional, continued that way, and it was in the end unsustainable for the guys. And then Colorado, feeling the heat from the Barracuda behind them. They just were not willing to let it go, 2-game sweep in San Jose. The Earthquakes won 3-0 against a San Diego squad that committed a red card foul about 30 minutes into the game, led to a penalty kick and playing with 10 men the rest of the way. But the Earthquakes piled on one more goal and got a clean sheet when there was, significant pressing by San Diego to try to get back into it, because losing 3-2 or 4 or 5-0 is not a lot different. It's just you try to move. They weren't able to, and the Earthquakes are in rarefied air of the fact that they've never, and this is something to note, never in the 2-league multiple owner history of the franchise, NASL indoor for a little while, and MLS have never had this kind of start to a season. 5-1, 1 goal given up. Here's even more what kind of history that this team is playing with right now. They have never had a 6-game stretch where they have given up 1 goal. Ever. Again, in the history of known Earthquakes franchises. That's rarefied air. That is rarefied air they are playing in. Bruce Arena kind of having the way that he does things, which is young, fast defenders that he tells what to do, and then asks everybody on the team to buy in. The leaders on this team are generally younger. Vieira, the elder states. Vieira and Werner being the elder statesmen of the club. Vieira being the captain. But everybody, to a man, is 11 guys playing defense, 11 guys playing toward the same thing. Nobody taking time off during the game. If you miss a run up front, get back on side in case we get the ball back. We need you to be in a place where we can get back at it. And to their credit, everybody's doing it. And through 6 games, you can tell they're all on the same page. Hopefully this stays. But the thing is that they seem to like winning, and seeming to like winning often, especially with the younger club, will trump the wish for individual accolades. And right now they're doing it. Bay FC, unfortunately, kind of had a kind of expected loss to Washington. It was better than it could have been. Jordan Silkowitz made 9 saves, which is a Bay FC record. So it could have been worse. It really could have been worse. The first goal was a how the heck did you do that? Somebody cleared the ball toward the goal. Silkowitz tried to kick it straight out. Another player got in her way, bounced off of the Bay FC player and went over her head into the goal. Was kind of the wackiest kind of goal you had ever seen. The other one was also kind of just a where'd that shot come from sort of goal. There was nothing undefended and uncontested, so that was good. But it was also second loss of the season in 4 games. Plenty of time to get it right. Nothing to take from this game except for that they need to cut down on the wacky stuff, but the regular stuff was okay. But wacky stuff still kills you. So they've got to get back at that. Buckeyes, team that, near and dear to my heart. Hold on. I'll get you the score here real quick. 54-28 winners over the previously undefeated SoCo Silverbacks. Not exactly sure where they're from. They have this really cool logo, but they don't have it on their helmet. So I don't know what happened with that. It was pretty good. It was a pretty good game. It was, and I'm going to say this. Hold on.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the hosts and do not necessarily reflect the views of Santa Cruz Voice.
Because I know I'm going to do it. We hire professional, meaning they get paid, high school and sometimes college refs to do the games in these leagues. We play high school rules, and a lot of that is for safety because a lot of the high school rules are for safety. In the games we have had this year, in just this game, okay, well, my partner in the booth accidentally left the clock running. Because I saw him push the button. It didn't communicate with the scoreboard because all these things are, jinky wireless at high schools. Because unfortunately the high schools get sold a bill of goods by people that want to sell their sort of working scoreboard systems. Hold on.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the hosts and do not necessarily reflect the views of Santa Cruz Voice.
Although his opinion is part and parcel fact, and these guys are shysters that are coming in and doing this. You look at every high school or middle school that has these crazy sound systems that really don't work that well, but they look really neat.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the hosts and do not necessarily reflect the views of Santa Cruz Voice.
And they cost like 10 times the amount of what you could go to Guitar Center and just piece together that will work correctly. But, I digress. So he turned the clock off. It didn't turn off properly. The white hat comes over to the sideline, starts screaming at my guy. And so I turned to him and said, "It's all right, man. Just, try to make sure it's stopped before you leave." Because he walked outside to talk to a friend because there was an injury timeout. So I said, trying to make sure that, actually stops next time, but otherwise we can reset it. It's not the end of the world. And I said, and then I continued on with, at least where the ball goes if you kick it out of bounds without anybody touching it on an onside kick. That a 15-yard penalty inside the 30-yard line, inside the 30-yard line going in is half the distance of the goal, and that a pass interference penalty that was only 7 yards downfield is only 7 yards, and neither of these are a 15-yard mark-off, which is what we've seen. And that if a punt is muffed by a receiving team player and recovered by the kicking team. It is the kicking team's ball, not the receiving team's ball. Also, if you fall down at any point with the rules we are playing, you're not allowed to get up and continue running. At least you know that. At which the point the white hat screams up there, "Your microphone is still on," and at which point I said, "Yeah, I'm aware." So at that point, I was gonna, I needed to get out of there to get to the Earthquakes game, and that was a good point to do it. Just gonna say that was probably a really good point to do it, because we were about to get into it, because I'm like, you want to yell at my guy, yet you are using 3 different interpretations of the rules, and on the onside kick, none of them that make any sense. So, welcome to minor league football, and B, I guess sometimes we got to go with the referees that are willing to work in the spring, and not the good ones that, are worth the money that we're spending for them.
Well, you
the
spend all that.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the hosts and do not necessarily reflect the views of Santa Cruz Voice.
I am 12 minutes in, and I've had to do what, 5 times? That may be a new record. I mean, that may be a new record before we get out of sports and news.
Yeah.
I mean, it really may be. Sharks actually control their own destiny right now. They are near the playoffs, but they control their own destiny. They can simply play. If they win out, they're in, and that's ahead of where they thought they would be at the beginning of the year. So that's cool. And then the Warriors, the Santa Cruz Warriors, whose season has ended, have signed one of my favorite Santa Cruz Warriors, Charles Bassey, to a contract to the end of the season. I was discussing this yesterday with somebody who works at Warriors games that I talk to all the time at Oracle Park, because he works, for both franchises and game day stuff. And first couple of games, Charles has looked tentative, is what the word we put on it. Charles, man, you got nothing to lose. Get out there, play your game, because this is your shot, man. Take it. Take it. Maybe I think there's a roster spot for him next year if he shows that he's worthy of it, because I think he's a good guy. I think he's a guy to have around. I think he's a guy that fits a role they need. And it would be a shame not to see him shoot his shot, with the fact that he's on a team that really needs guys to fill in and to play and to show that they are deserving of a roster spot next year. So, hey, ball out, get in. So there we go. Let's see. I don't know. So we're going to welcome in
from Greater Omaha.
Hey.
Yeah. See?
Yeah. Got a raccoon in my attic.
I forgot that. Oh, man.
I don't.
There's a
I don't ever forget.
Yeah, I feel like it should be like that, like on Toy Story. There's a raccoon in my attic.
It's as believable as everything else that's happened this year.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just going to say, even though NASA supposedly launched a rocket on April Fool's, which was
smart.
I don't know, which was exactly the worst day to launch a rocket, because getting people to believe it. I have eyewitness testimony from somebody I trust that it happened.
There you go.
But right now they're just circling the moon they're getting ready for something and saying they're going to be back. So it's like, they're threatening the moon now.
They're trying to figure out where to park.
They're threatening the moon. I mean, Well, they went to the dark side, played some Pink Floyd, and then they're circling it a few more times, making sure they're casing the neighborhood, I guess. But
were they able to get it to sync up with The Wizard of Oz? Because if not, what's the point?
Yeah. And here's the thing. Everybody that says that, oh, you can do this, you can do that, and then you try to do it, and then you get to all these points where you're like, oh, it syncs up, and you're like going, no, it doesn't. This is like 20 seconds off. This is 15 seconds off.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it's off, it's always off enough that you're like, it wasn't I started it 20 seconds late. It was that it doesn't work.
It doesn't work, no. It occasionally syncs up like mouth movements, but I did this actually. I sold enough magazines, and I think it was 7th grade, that I got to take a limo to lunch. You know where lunch was? The grocery store. That was pretty sick. But on the way back, we were playing one of the 3 channels that the limousine's TV would play, and then all of the radio, and just flipping around. And wouldn't you know it, we magically found all kinds of pop hits that sync up with the Andy Griffith Show.
Yeah. Well, okay. I will say that the the Dancer Wednesday that everybody's, no, not Wednesday. It was a Wednesday that they say that it syncs up with Dragula by White Zombie.
Oh,
or is it Matilda? Or it's a dance they're doing in a
Waltzing Matilda.
What? No,
Waltzing Matilda.
No, it's a dance that they do at the beginning of movie dance that syncs up with White Zombie. Let's see if it comes up with.
Is it the Time Warp?
Let's see.
Oh, it is from Matilda.
They say the Matrix.
Well, yeah, it's in the Matrix.
Hold on. Main character is girl with black hair and pigtails. That'll get me.
It's Matilda.
It's Matilda. Okay. So, but here's the thing. So what they're forgetting here when they're telling you this is it will actually sync up with anything by White Zombie, because it's all at like 127 beats a minute. So,
I mean, yeah, we're pulling back the curtain because, yeah, I mean, there are lots of songs that share the same 4 chords. You could do it with any of them.
Well, but it's okay. It's more than that. White Zombie always has that that nobody's playing. It's just kind of a track.
That's fair.
That they play along with, and the most important person in White Zombie is the guy that turns that down before they end the song, because otherwise they'd end the song and they'd be like, yeah, and then it'd be so, and then it would be like it would just be, it would be chaos. It would.
Is it a Gregorian chant? What is it?
No, it's that song of White Zombie. I can't play it.
No,
I can't
of course
play
not.
it.
No. I'm saying, what's the
we'd have problems with Ippy Spot. I mean,
right.
You're sitting here and you're sitting here and asking for stuff we simply cannot do.
All right.
Yeah.
What else is new?
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. So I'll tell you what. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get news on the other side because we need to hit that break. So we'll do that, and we'll be back. And there we go. We'll be back right here on Santa Cruz Voice. You're listening to One Season in the Sun.
Your business needs more space? Space is reasonable, secured, and accessible 24/7 for qualified businesses at Anbar Self-Storage and U-Haul. Easy off Highway 1 on Airport Boulevard. Anbar Self-Storage and U-Haul in Freedom.
The kid is moving her family to Sacramento. Anbar Self-Storage and U-Haul has the moving vans, car trailers, and shipping boxes she needs, ready to go. Easy off Highway 1 on Airport Boulevard. Anbar Self-Storage and U-Haul in Freedom.
Attention investors. This is a simple commercial on the investment value of gold. Gold continues to make new highs. In good markets and in bad markets, you need to have your portfolio balanced with gold. Learn about owning physical gold or getting a gold-backed IRA. Make this simple call right now. 800-414-1657. 800-414-1657. That's 800-414-1657. Sponsored by Reagan Gold.
There's more than one way to enjoy the benefits of cannabis. Hi, I'm Johnny from the Hook Outlet in Capitola, Santa Cruz, and Watsonville. With topicals. The Hook Outlet has many topical preparations that provide localized relief for pain and inflammation of muscles and joints without psychoactive effects. The Hook Outlet has a friendly staff to help you select the right topical for your needs. Pain relief, anyone? Stop by and say hi at the Hook Outlet in Capitola, Santa Cruz, and Watsonville.
Find us fast online at hookoutlet.com.
The weather will change. Knox Roofing here. We all remember the story of the 3 little pigs. We all know the third pig hired Knox Roofing to do his roof. Every day he crawls into his home knowing no wind, no earthquake, fire, or even the big bad wolf can hurt his house. The weather will change for the good and sometimes not so good. Have a Knox roof installed on your home, and one thing you can be certain of, good security. I promise you that. The number to call is 461-0634. Thanks, folks.
There's a quiet in the corners, now there wasn't there before. Old routines still hang around, but they don't feel the same no more. I catch myself still turning, like I heard something I knew, but time don't answer back the way it used to. You're the only one left who remembers all the things we never wrote down. Every laugh that filled these rooms, every voice that ain't around. And I hold on to the pieces that the years can't take away. You're the only one left who remembers. Tell it to me again.
All right, we're back right here on One Season in the Sun. Okay, so we're working on getting everything back settled again with all the transfer, everything. The Apple app is not back up yet. It's working soon. The Google app, if you're inclined, is up. You can go to the Google Play Store, download it right now. Listen to anything there is on anything there is live on Santa Cruz Voice. You can also go to the website, see the podcasts for current shows, and click that and go to the entire library of the current shows. And that's how you can make sure you're not missing anything. Also, if you miss the show live, you could always catch it on the podcasts. So check that out. That's a place you can do it. And again, you can always listen to it live. Currently, if you have a Googly device, you can do it that way. There's a couple other ways, and I'm going to try to figure where those are because somebody sent me some of the links that are still working as we do the transfer and everything. Because Apple's a little bit of a funky deal with. Hello. Okay. So Apple's, what the heck here? I don't know why. I don't know. Lord Almighty.
What is it, Tuesday?
Yeah, it's Tuesday and everything's acting like it's a Monday. And let's see, hold on here. All right. So I'm just gonna be annoyed. Yeah. Well, that's what I thought. I said connect the server. I'm looking at the and I'm looking at I'm looking at the thing that we use to stream, and it is not looking like it's not looking like it's getting sound, and that is my yes, I would really like to stop it, and I'm going to restart it, and see there, now it's working. All right, so now it's working. I hope everybody was hearing all of this. I'm going to say the other stuff again. It is if you go to the Google app, if we're broadcasting properly, it will be on there. The Apple app's not working right now. Doing the transfer, Apple's a little persnickety, so you have to take it down. You have to have the change of, well, it's not really a change of ownership, but it has to be on a different Apple ID, and it's a lot of back of the curtain stuff. But we are working on it, and it's going to be back soon. And I'm going to try to get a list of everything else that we're doing. And I'm hoping beyond hope, that the first part of the stream worked. If not, I'd be very disappointed.
It'd be nice.
Yeah, it would be nice.
Okay.
It'd be great. But yeah, so there we go. Of course, then again, the people that I, completely outed as being dumb referees at minor league football, or incompetent. In fact, one of the things I did say before he yelled at me was, honestly, these guys that are referee these games, I thought that that before we paid the money to do this, there would be something sort of like perhaps some sort of test, knowing something about the game, or a test that they should have passed.
And what would that accomplish?
Well, it would show that they knew the rules that they were supposedly adjudicating.
And do they care about that?
Well, I mean, we should. I mean, we should. I mean, especially since they're getting paid for doing this. I mean, it's not. I mean, maybe we just found some guys that were dressed up as a group of zebras for a kids' party in which they were all lions.
Oh.
I mean, maybe that's who we said, oh, hey, we have a football game. Can you guys come do this? And the front and the back of the zebra said they would come do it.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the hosts and do not necessarily reflect the views of Santa Cruz Voice.
Part of it was what I just said, and then part of it was what I'm about to say. So yeah, I mean, we just got the front and the back of the zebra come on the field, and we handed them yellow handkerchiefs and let them go at it. Unfortunately, we put the back half of the zebra in charge. Should I hit it again?
I mean,
I probably should.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the hosts and do not necessarily reflect the views of Santa Cruz Voice.
Because I know that part's going on there. I know that part's working.
Has anyone ever made that connection between referees and zebras? Because it feels like it was sitting right there, and I think you linked those.
I think so. I think
you linked those cars together.
My saying that there's a park nearby, and there was obviously a kids' party in which they had zebras show up so the lions could chase them. Yeah,
I mean,
that was a thing.
It clicked.
Yeah. Before we get into the news, very, very late.
Sure.
I tell you, Darla's mad at me.
What? No, that's crazy.
Well, she was mad at me last night. She was in a mood, I guess, and she started to pee somewhere in the house, which she's been told not to repeatedly. I said, "Darling, no." Darla looked at me with her little "I'm going to do what I want to" look, and then continued to, get ready to, and then peed a little bit, and I smacked her butt. She looked at me like I beat her with, it was not a hard slap. I mean, she's telling me right now, yes, it was, but it was not. It was not a hard slap. But she ran into the back of the house, ran to my bedroom, was sitting back there. Enzo went with her because Enzo was like, I'm gonna keep her from getting abused anymore. And they stayed back there while I cleaned it up, and then took the trash outside because apparently she's been eating asparagus because, man, it was really bad. And so we made friends later, but she was still just like, you slapped my butt for a while. So it was not, I repeat, not her favorite moment ever.
No, it sounds like she was confused and startled.
Yeah. So this is the latest we've ever gotten to this. Ever.
Sure.
Is there any news?
Yeah, a little bit of news here.
Okay. Wait a minute. Is it about rap, guys?
It doesn't have to be.
Oh, okay.
It's that time again, where everything's breaking and nothing's fixed. Local storms, weird politics, and someone's emotional support iguana stealing the spotlight. That's your news with Kent from Greater Omaha.
A missing Seaside man is safe tonight. Police say the 34-year-old, who had vanished after leaving a motel for an early morning walk, has now been located in Salinas. He had been reported missing after disappearing without his phone and going hours without contact, prompting concern from family and a public search effort. Authorities haven't released details on where he was found or what led to his disappearance, but confirm he is safe. And today, actually. Yeah.
There you go.
I like how you have 5 drops, and so everything has to fit into one of those things. It's like, well, they're found, so stable condition. We're going to have to. That's fair. I combed.
Okay, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you wanted? Is that what?
I mean, that's always technically true.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But anyway, I combed through all of the local stories trying to find anything positive, and this is the best thing I got, which I think is pretty good. There's look at the dog. There's a dog on screen. All right. Yeah, I can't say anything that's going to top the dog, but
Are you just distracted by Darla wanting to get picked up?
she's adorable. Yeah, I am. You don't have any whipped cream for her, do you?
Not today. No.
Nothing says I'm sorry like whipped cream. All right. Well,
they got freeze dried chicken treats. So that is. I'll be honest with you. In dog terms, that's actually apparently exactly like what they wanted. So
that's fair. All right. Well, That's a happy dog. It's like she doesn't remember last night at all.
Well, she may not, but she's just, she is definitely one that you have to. She's one that you have to. What am I looking for here? You have to not punish, but correct her. You have to correct her very carefully.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's, we're better right now, but she was not happy for a while. So yes, here we go.
Well, there you go. Yeah, she is adorable, though. I mean, I could see how it would be difficult to lay down the law with a dog with eyes like that.
Yeah, no, it's just like, yeah, and especially.
But you loved me. Why would I? You rescued me.
Especially, okay, and it's especially true when she does the little shaky face when you're telling her something she doesn't want to do, and she's like literally shakes her head no. Like, really? No, really do that. No.
I don't think so.
I don't think that's on the agenda. Yeah, that's a thing. So anybody looking for the podcast for today, both of our things that we load the podcast up to only take one file at a time, so it may be two pieces. Just letting everybody know.
Fair.
Okay. All right. Where you can pick it up at any of the podcast locations. Also, it's you can listen to it live on the Google app. Of course, for a while it was not working, so I don't know how long it was not working. Things are, how things mess up because of the tides and moon position.
And the moon. Yep.
I'm wondering if things are messing up because we're messing with the moon right now.
Oh, it's messing back with us.
It's messing back with us. Yes, I am wondering if this has to do with
moon spots.
Moon messing back with us. By the way, okay, and I will say that the person that I trust that told me that there was a launch was Laura, my eldest daughter's 11-year-old now. So she's saying no, it was real. It was real. There was a moon launch.
So if you say it didn't happen, you're calling Laura a liar, and you need to seriously look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself how you got here.
Well, I'm looking at myself in the reflection on the TV. So kind of need to.
I got here by car.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna work my way out of.
All right, so you don't want my rap news, huh?
Well, okay. I mean, the thing is that you seem to be so obsessed with these rap guys, and I am just going to impart the wisdom of Becky's friend, who understands those rap guys anyway.
So, what's the number to call in if you want? Yeah. If you want to tell me that you know who
I wonder if that would be enough for Iffy Spot to get us, but I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, you're gonna have to start quoting like lyrics like your Yoda, just completely out of order and.
Oh yeah, completely out of order. And yeah. No, I could see that. Yeah.
Now with Take on Me, that gets tricky, but.
Me on Take?
Well, because Take Me On is also one of the lyrics, so that would be how.
Oh no, it'd be Me on Take. That would be.
That sounds.
That would be. I mean, that would be something you'd expect, like a crooked, not from anywhere around here law enforcement officer to say.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the hosts and do not necessarily reflect the views of Santa Cruz Voice.
It's like me.
I thought it sounded like a Thai appetizer. I would totally. Can we get some Me on Take for the table?
Me on Take. We can't do the other. We can't do the other one.
I ordered
to keep it.
I ordered it for the table. Yeah. You can just graze on the Meon take.
Yeah.
While we figure out what we're going to order here.
Yeah. Oh, I guarantee there's going to be no time for this weekend bubbles.
What? No, that's crazy.
I'm going to guarantee it.
What do you mean?
We're not done with the news.
We're not even done with the news. It's 12:47.
Yeah, we're not even done with the news.
It's been a news-heavy week.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my God. And no, it was this. Why do you launch something that you plan to have people talking about for years on April Fool's Day? I mean, you're just asking for it.
Yeah. And what was the deal with the baskets?
Yeah.
There were 4 baskets.
Yeah.
And they just they dropped them right as they took off.
What?
It's very April Fool's of them.
Hey, there was a oh God. Yeah, and then Monday was the Easter egg roll. I thought they did that the Saturday before.
I thought they did it on actually Easter Sunday.
No, they did. No, they didn't do. No, they don't do that. Reagan did it one year. I have pictures of it somewhere. Reagan did it one year, and it was interesting anyway. I mean, did it in an Obama White House? I think she did. It's they have the wooden eggs. You go and you roll them, and then I don't know. It was interesting, I suppose.
Egg rolls. Yeah, you get those for the table too.
Yeah, you get them. Yeah. Neon take.
Don't sing it. It's gonna ruin us all.
All right. So I don't know. So what else? All right. All right. Tell us about those rap guys, because who understands those rap guys anyway.
All right. So there was a kidnapping that happened in January of 2025.
Okay. So you're giving us old news now. Okay.
Yeah. Well, the complaint just got unsealed. So this fellow, whose actual name is not Pooh Shiesty, but that's how he goes. That's what he calls himself.
Okay.
He decided that he wanted out of his contract with he was signed under Gucci Mane.
Okay.
All right.
And he had just a guy who named himself when he was 12, but okay, sure. Or perhaps 6. But sure.
So I can just read the myriad mistakes that Pooh Shiesty made. On the way into this...
You know what the first one was? Naming himself Pooh Shiesty.
Or, possibly bringing his father, who you think would have known better.
No. I think calling himself Pooh Shiesty, that was mistake number 1. So, okay.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, that was number 1.
So he's on his way into the meeting. He doesn't live in Texas, but he's in Texas. And this is important because he's on supervised release.
With an ankle monitor.
Correct. And he actually got a phone call as he was entering the Dallas building, saying, "Hey, what's the deal? Where are you?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm not there." And they're like, "You need to get home because this is already a crime." So then he goes in and he produces a contract for Gucci Mane to sign to get him out of his deal, right? That goes a little sideways, and his friend blocks the door. That's the kidnapping.
You know, it would have been helpful if we'd prepared this previously.
Well, I wasn't sure you wanted to hear anything about it at all. So
okay, well, this is true.
All right, so he blocks the door, right? That's the kidnapping.
I was reluctant to begin with, so this is all my fault. Okay.
Right. Then he has his friend go into the other room and bring a black bag, which presumably was brought from Memphis. Pooh Shiesty's label is called Chopper Gang. So wouldn't you know it? It was an AK style pistol that he then put to Gucci Mane's head and robbed everyone. Oh, he also made him sign the contract and actually got video of him signing the contract. Not that it matters, because he was literally held at gunpoint. So after that, they robbed everyone there, and they left.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the hosts and do not necessarily reflect the views of Santa Cruz Voice.
Allegedly. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, allegedly, what happened was then they went on social media and flaunted the jewelry from the robbery. You know, allegedly.
Yeah.
Alleged robbery, allegedly.
They did flaunt jewelry. There's video evidence, but it's allegedly from a alleged robbery. So, yeah.
Right. It's monogrammed. So it's getting very difficult to say that it's not exactly the same jewelry.
You know what I'm feeling? I am feeling the amount of time left for This Week in Bubbles is running short.
That's fair. This is an important story.
Every word that we say and every game that we play, and people that are watching us, will know that every single day, every game we play, they'll be watching us.
Oh, can't you see? They have footage. They have footage of them entering the building. They have footage of them leaving, wearing the mask that Pooh Shiesty made famous, which is a balaclava. They have footage of Shiesty's dad printing off the contract at an Office Depot. He rented the cars.
You know what would have really been Rap Guy Gangster? If he made him print it off of a PDF that he sent him.
There you go.
See?
Yeah.
I sent you a PDF. Print that.
Convert that file.
Print that, man.
That's right.
Open that file that some random fool can
Yeah.
I feel very rap guy with my non-denominational political guerrilla hat.
Right.
We need to start the guerrilla party.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's the whole purpose of today's show. So everything about this is obvious and stupid. All of the jewelry was insured. So what's going to happen is presumably Pooh Shiesty is going to be found guilty. At that point, he and his chopper gang will be sent to prison. And everyone loves Gucci Mane. So he doesn't have to lift a finger. He could honestly plea for clemency, and it will not come. And he still can be civilly sued. So this guy is going to end up with absolutely nothing because of this decision he made over the course of like less than 24 hours.
All right.
Yeah. He could have, by the way.
That is not only the latest, but the longest news segment ever. So we're setting records just like the earthquakes. Good to know.
Absolutely. Well, it's complex how ridiculous it is. Because it's like they planned to get caught. They didn't think about getting caught, but it's the craziest thing because you already have the ankle monitor. My question, why didn't the local police show up when the ankle monitor popped?
Yeah.
That would have stopped the entire thing from happening.
The local police. I don't even remember what song that is.
But every charge that he's facing is like life over everything he did because the robbery is, I coined this yesterday. It's not grand theft. It's great grand theft because it's in the millions.
Oh, great grand theft.
That's right.
So that's what it is when you go on a robbery spree with your great grandparent. Great grand theft.
Definitely with your dad.
Or is it when you rob your great grandparents? It's great grand theft. It's certainly not well thought out because, see, that would be another thing that would make it great, and it was not well thought out. So I don't know. You know what? Here's the thing. On that, I'm going to make sure everything's working. So we're going to hit the closer. Oh my gosh, we did not have time for even without this, we didn't have time for this week in Bubbles.
What?
Also, she didn't send us anything, so that makes it so we don't have time, and there's nothing to tell. So there we go.
Nothing to say. Yep.
Nothing to tell, nothing to say. So you know what? We're gonna hit out of here. Tomorrow we're gonna talk about Barracuda tonight. A little bit about playoff. We're gonna look into what the playoff scenarios are for the teams finishing up their seasons. We're gonna talk about what happens tonight with the Giants. Everything's, and that's the thing. Everything seemed to be doing well. It just wasn't successful. And maybe that's just one of those things we just got to wait for everything to work out right. But it's again early, but it's also kind of like, all right, come on guys, let's get our crap together. But on that, we're going to head on out of here, and we will see y'all on the other side.
Take it easy.